We're here in Aalborg this one day to really animate a conversation with industry players within construction to discuss how we can all benefit from working more closely together. This morning we've had a series of inspirational talks from industry leaders in other, let's call them a little bit more digital mature industries that have actually gone through this evolution of opening up to the network in a more sort of general way than we see in construction.
So this summit, the Connect Summit, is a fantastic example of how you bring stakeholders with varied interests and alignments together on the same forum and give them a chance to speak their mind. And that's a really good reflection of democratizing the process in such a way that it's an open forum to allow different people with different agendas to actually influence the process. And hopefully what comes out of that is there's an acknowledgement of a common agenda or a manifesto or sort of a line of thinking which each of these companies can take back and shape it the way they want to for their own organizations.
And then this afternoon we will focus on trying to learn from that and reflect and discuss how can we actually put forward ideas that would allow us to have a more open approach to collaboration, whatever it's around technology or business development or new ways of going to market or creating an ecosystem that is bigger than the sum of all of us.
So why open innovation? That's a very curious question because that's the only way to get out of the lock-ins of how traditional things are done. And it's kind of obvious that if you're playing an ecosystem game, you need to be open. You cannot have a walled garden and expect people to supply things to you that is outstanding. You need a two-way traffic in order to deliver something outstanding. And that's basically why open innovation is embraced by a lot of companies, a lot of organizations around the world. And that is the paradigm that a lot of industries are moving into. Open innovation is a culture that will help a company actually create new subcultures, entrepreneurial spirits, new go-to-market strategies, addressing a different type of generation of people, for example, the millennials. Or these kinds of factors are not going to come by just trying to create a protection strategy.
In terms of the forum and the mix of people, I think it really is crucial that you get the right people from the ecosystem together, looking end to end as well. Maybe not those that are intrinsically involved in the process, but those that are on the periphery. I think that's really, really important because I think by keeping the circle too narrow, you can miss some of the opportunities that are really there to lever.
Very often the hallmarks that you look for in a good partner is people who have diligently practiced this as a process. That's one, of course, a good indicator. The second thing is outcomes. Focus on outcomes. If the focus is not lost on outcomes, I think it'll be interesting to evaluate them on that basis.
This was the first time for me participating in this kind of Open Innovation Summit, and I think it was very inspiring. It wake up a lot of thoughts of how can we cooperate with other companies instead of compete with each other.
The manifesto is really there to try to anchor those ideas and just to put something down in writing that we can look at and bring back in our respective companies and share both internally and externally. And the ambition is to make it public available, so it's not secret. It's something we would like to potentially continue to develop and mature as a statement and as a way of starting the conversation in the industry.